Well, we brought you news of plans to relocate the USS Orleck on the lakefront. Until that happens, Fox 29 News' Braylon Jenkins says the ship is still going strong, serving its purpose. Braylon?
That's right, Heather. Destroyers like the USS Orleck are great to look at and to tour, but they also serve a much greater purpose, as I learned on a recent visit.
While filming last week's news story on the USS Orleck, a visitor was on board that agreed to interview and tour the ship with Fox 29 News. Veteran Mr. David Gilliam worked in the engine room of the USS Hawkins. The USS Hawkins is a sister ship to the USS Orleck, meaning they are in the same class of ships, and the ship's layouts were identical.
Having served aboard one sister ship just like it was imperative that I visit, and it was a wonderful trip down memory lane. Having been 35 plus years since I'd been aboard a destroyer of this class, it was amazing to me that I still knew my way around.
While in talks with the Isle of Capri to relocate the USS Orleck at last word was still in the works, the ship is still operating at its current location on North Enterprise Boulevard. Whether the ship is hosting laser tag for groups or parties, adding to the scare factor as a haunted ship, or other specialty events, the ship's main focus is always present. Many agree that education is important, and the ship's board members strive to increase the amount of knowledge of history and the past for young people. Many new educational components are in the Orleck's future.
I can't wait to get it moved and access it to the museum will be so much more accessible than it is now. And people will be able to visit the ship and see what it was like for us who served aboard these destroyers.
Mr. Gillum told us that the USS Hawkins is sadly no longer in existence. Braylon Jenkins for Fox 29 News.
Now, the museum aboard the ship is a must-see, and I enjoyed hearing Mr. Gillum's experience aboard the USS Hawkins. Currently, volunteers are working on restorations for the Orleck. Volunteers of all skills are welcome to assist. Mr. Williams told us that they have been getting lots of calls for schools and church field trips, as well as for the laser tag parties. So, Heather, will you be checking it out?
Oh, laser tag, I don't know about that, but I do think it's really cool that the veterans are getting a chance to kind of revisit their past. It's just such a cool thing.